Is Wemimo Adewuni. This is the Morning Crossfire. You're welcome. And today, this morning, on the last lap on the show, yes, we started at 5 a.m. We start at 5 a.m. every day, okay? Monday to Friday. So make sure to join early tomorrow. If you're just joining, you welcome to the show. We've had quite a long run today. On this last leg, let's talk about INEC. And the deregistration of political parties. It appeared when I mentioned to you last week that we have just about 18 parties right now. I read this from the INEC website, about 18 political parties right now in Nigeria, and INEC deregistered over 70 of them earlier this year. So let's talk about this. How do you think this would affect the political space in Nigeria? Do you think it makes any difference having many or fewer political parties? And the conversation is around what is a criteria for having a political party. Why did some political parties scale through while some did not? What did INEC consider were their conditions to meet that some of these people failed to? How many political parties do we have right now? If you go onto INEC website, and I tried sincerely to bring you the INEC PRO, but I totally understand. They're busy sorting sensitive materials because there is an election coming up in Lagos on Saturday. Yes, there are by-elections happening on Saturday here in Lagos, so they're busy with that. But I'll be speaking with you as to how important you think it is to have an array of choices to pick from in terms of political parties. So I hear many of you call on the show across the shows on Nigeria Info, and you talk about how you think Nigeria is tending towards a two-party system because we've got the APC and the PDP becoming the biggest parties in terms of numbers and political weight. We also have other parties like ABGA also coming on the fringe, close to them. Along the fringes, we've got so many other parties, some of which you never know they even existed until you see their names on the ballot. So why did INEC deregister them? Let me tell you before we start that there is an ongoing case on the deregistration of these political parties. If you head over to the INEC website, it shows here that there are 18 registered parties. And last week I gave you their names. I'll do you a favor and do that again. So the parties right now that we have, number one, this is in alphabetical order. You have Accord, Action Alliance, Action Democratic Party, Action People's Party, African Action Congress, African Democratic Congress, All Progressives Congress, All Progressives Grand Alliance, Allied People's Movement, Boot Party. We also have Labour Party, National Rescue Movement, New Nigeria People's Party, People's Democratic Party, People's Redemption Party, Social Democratic Party, Young Progressive Party, and Zenith Labour Party. The Business Day did a fact sheet earlier in the year about, and it's titled Real Reasons INEC Deregistered 74 Political Parties. So 74 political parties were deregistered. We had before now 92 political parties. It's a great slash from 92 to 18. And these survivors will be the ones you find on the ballots in subsequent elections. So how did we arrive at this conclusion? How did we arrive at the number of political parties that we have now? And again, like I told you, there is a current case at the appeal court, Abuja Division, and the appeal court had ordered that INEC released 22 of the political parties it deregistered last year for failing to win any elective office in the 2019 general election. So it appears that INEC took a look at parties that did not win a single seat. They won nothing. In fact, I was here in 19 on right here when we had elections, and some of the parties even scored zero. And it made me wonder, you mean there was nobody at that polling unit who, not even one person? So INEC came to a conclusion and looked at parties that had zero votes. They won nothing. Not actually zero votes. Like they didn't win any seat anywhere. Local government, state level, legislature, executive, nothing. So they deregistered 74 parties. So talk to me. How do you think the reduction in the number of parties would affect your political choice or your ability to have flexibility in making your decision? Do you think it affects you at all? If it does, you tell me how. I might be staying with Twitter and Facebook for now because unfortunately, I'm sorry to tell you that the phone's down for a minute. I'll try to bring it back up. Just give me a moment with that, okay? I'll try, and then I'll take a look at it. But you can tell me on Twitter and Facebook, where we're streaming live right now. We're also streaming live on YouTube, Nigeria Info 99.3. INEC deregistering parties, reducing the number of parties to 18 from 92. How does this affect your buffet? I mean, how does it affect your choice, your decisions, your ability to vote flexibly? All right. Let's get to the phones. 0700 993 993 993. Twitter is at Nigeria Info FM. Remember to use the hashtag Nigeria Info MCF. You can also join on YouTube, Facebook. We're streaming live. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to the show. What's your name?
My name is Femi.
Femi, thank you for calling.
Yes. I remember one of your presenters on a show saying that comparing us to America that has, I think, hundreds of parties, and he said, precisely I'm talking about Rotimi Sankore, and one of the callers was saying that Nigeria is not ripe for these multiple parties, especially it's really a waste of time and money and all that. I think INEC has made the right move. If you have on a ballot sheet, you're having 90 parties, and comes confusion, you want to vote for PPP, for instance, you see a PDP and, lots of errors. You understand? So I think having it minimal it's okay, especially because many of the parties don't even win anything. So I think it's fine by me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling me. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
My name is Oluwafemi.
Thank you for calling.
So, if Party AYZ, for example, shares the same ideology as me, right? I don't think it is the prerogative of INEC to limit my choice, because this is a democracy, right? And in the democracy, I have the liberty to express myself. I have liberty to express my thoughts by way of voting, So I think it is anti people. Really, the move is anti-people. We should kick against it. More parties need. Take for example India. India has over 300 political parties. That is a democracy. Whether it's functional or not, that is another.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Quickly before I round up, I think the major parties are successfully used state resources to make themselves big and then intimidate other parties that are coming up. So so we the people need to come out and push for true democracy if we really want sustainable development in our country, Nigeria. Thank you, Wemimo.
Thank you so much for calling. Welcome to the show. Good morning. Oh no, I'm in there. Good morning to you.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the
My
show.
My name is Sunday.
Sunday, thank you for calling.
Yeah. You see, there is no need of millions of parties registration. But what I strongly believe is that if it is 5 or 6, anyone out of that 5 or 6 that will lead Nigeria better, that's fine. But when we are talking about millions of these things, parties, and they still come back to the same round table of, making Nigerians to suffer, I don't believe in that.
How do the political parties make Nigeria suffer?
No, what I'm trying to say, when you voted them to power, and then they turn against you, things are not working. That is what I'm saying. That's the area I'm going.
But even if you have one single party, they could still decide to make you suffer. So
I know. But what I'm trying to say, the best out of millions, if it is one that could rule Nigeria very well, Nigerians will not be suffering the way we are.
Okay.
Things are not working. We are suffering. We are picking out of dustbin. So I believe that one party that will come out is far better. So Nigerians should not be suffering anymore. That's all.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it. Let me go quickly and run you through the guidelines for registering a political party. Remember that every Nigerian has a right to association. That means I can decide to open a Wagonyi political party. It's none of your business. I just want to, right? Freedom of association. I can decide I want to make roasted plantain political party because I have a right to association, freedom of association. However, INEC has guidelines for registration of political parties, and this document was put together in 2014. You can also, go online, download it, just take a look at it. I encourage you to. Now, INEC defined a political association as an association for the purpose of an association of people seeking registration as a political party in order to participate in an election by meeting all prescribed statutory requirements. Now, this is a procedure. There must be a name of the proposed party, the name, signatures, residential addresses of the chairman and secretary of the association filing, evidence of payments of a prescribed non-refundable administrative fee of 1 million naira, 50 copies of the association's draft constitution and manifesto. Now, the conditions, no association by whatever name shall be registered as a political party unless the association submits to the office of the chairman of the commission the following. Okay, the name or acronym, which must not be the name or acronym of an existing party. It must not have an ethnic, religious, professional, or sectional connotation. Not give the appearance that its activities are confined to only a certain part of the country. And so on. So there is more here. I'm trying to see. Okay, of course, the money that they pay, the symbol, the logo. Now, someone who wants to join a political party must have attained the age of 18, must not be in the civil service of the federation or a state or local government area council. Its membership shall be in its personal capacity, and so on. Consideration for application for registration. When INEC receives the full documents listed up, they need to verify this document. I go on, and there's nothing here that... okay, good. Termination of application for registration. Application by a political association may be terminated under the following conditions. Number 1, where the association fails to submit all documents supporting its application at the expiration of 30 working days from the date it receives from PA from the Commission. 2, where the Commission determines that the association has failed to comply with the constitutional conditions for registration within 30 days. Basically, that's it. So does INEC have the right to deregister political parties just for not winning elections? That's a conversation. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Crossfire.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. The truth is usually very bitter. And the truth is that we don't need so many parties. What we need is people with different ideologies. Like I, during the time they were doing the whole protest and everything, and they were saying young progressive party, young party and things like that. We don't need any party. To have a party is very serious. You have to have people in every local government. You have to do a lot of work. So there's no point of trying to start a party from scratch. Have a group of people, form yourself into a group, and be a force to reckon with. All the landlords associations, all the people in your estates, all the people. There are many parties in US that don't vote. You don't need to be on the ballot. So I think we all got it wrong.
But where is the freedom of association? Where is it a democracy? Yes. I mean, you don't need to like me, but I should be free to determine that I want to have a political party.
Yes.
You might decide not to vote for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You can have a political party, but you don't need to be on the ballot. And those are two different things. If you don't even come on the ballot, like, for example, if in my area I choose to be like, we choose to form a big party in my area, and we have our local government chairman, it can be any party, but he knows that if these people come and meet me, or if these people talk to me and we don't listen, they will carry their votes and give it to another party next session. We don't need to. It's freedom of association is good. I get your point and I get other people's points. But the fact is that we don't need everybody to just form a party overnight and start looking for votes all around.
I hear you.
It's counterproductive.
Thank you so much for calling. Let me tell you, Anna clearly in this document states the Commission shall have power to deregister political parties on the following grounds. Just for two reasons. One, breach of any of the requirements for registration. If you didn't meet up with any of the requirements for registration. Two, for failure to win a seat in the National or State Assembly election. Bagam. Failure to win a seat in the National or State Assembly election. So if you contest and you didn't win any seat, you can be struck out. Good morning to you. Oops, sorry. Please try again. Good morning. What's going on there? Sorry about that. Please try again. Let me go to Twitter. Twitter is at Nigeria Info FM. Use the hashtag Nigeria Info MCF. Use the hashtag Nigeria Info MCF. Let me see. Someone is giving us some situation report here. You're saying that Badagry Expressway is blocked from Vokes, Barracks, Alakija, no movement. First gate to Mile 2. So sorry about that. Sorry about your experience. Okay, let me speak with Peter from Shomolu. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, please. I think you said something that makes me call that I want to react to that. That maybe you can, let me use another word, Amala and Ewedu Party of Nigeria.
So.
I want to say that the freedom of association does not actually translate to the fact that you can, until you form your own association, and then that is when that comes to play. A freedom of association simply means that you can associate with any other party. You can form your own. But in this case, according to the INEC guidelines and all those conditions they have put in place, if you don't win a seat, you are not making waves, then you can collapse your party and associate with other parties. So that's just the only simple thing I want to say, that freedom association means that you can even associate with others, or you can form your own. If your own is not viable, collapse it and join others is still a freedom of association.
Okay.
So INEC is very right for the registering those parties. We don't need them. Honestly speaking, if we have 5 political parties in Nigeria, every other person feels into that.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense. More than having, you take a ballot paper, you become confused. You don't know what to feel. This one, some of them, all the acronyms are almost the same. And how many people, the husband and wife and children, are in that party? How many people, one community, are in that party? I beg. So we don't need them. What INEC does is okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for calling. Some of the parties we had, one of the names was All Blending Party. I mean, it could be anything, any name. I'm asking you, how do you think this impacts on your decision or your ability to choose your elected officials? Do you think this stifles your choice of voting for whoever you want? Do you think you're being forced or being limited to just these number of people to vote for? We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info FM. Just search for Nigeria Info 99.3, Nigeria Info 99.3 on Facebook and YouTube. I need to head out for a break. I'll be back to take more of your calls shortly. Kingsley Nze Obi on Facebook says they should scrap INEC because they are lacking credibility and truly not independent. Husseini who says, I think reducing the political parties to a reasonable number is a welcome development. That's Taiwo Husseini. Idowu Olusheni says, is the Youth Democratic Party not registered yet? Let's talk more after the break. I've given the list of political parties. I'll read them out to you again when I return from this break. This is Nigeria Info. This is the Morning Crossfire. My name is Wemimo Adewuni. I'm out on a break.
This is an infomercial.
Are you searching for an opportunity for financial freedom? CashFX Nigeria is a reliable, regulated, tested, and decentralized system where you can leverage to make continuous
Welcome back, Nigeria. Good to be back. 99.3 Nigeria info after that break. This is a Money Crossfire. My name is Wemimo Adewuni. And today, I'm asking you, fewer political parties. Is it a good decision for you or not? Does it affect your choice and your decision to choose your political choice for elections across the board? You tell me when you call me on 0700 993 993 993. You can also reach out on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. Use the hashtag Nigeria Info MCF. Nigeria Info MCF. Let me start off with this tweet from Abiodun Adekunle Ogunola, who says, even the 18 is still too much. We should not have more than 5. Less number helps the electorate to have easier decision making on candidates and an easier to relate with ballot paper. Not a long one, as we saw in the last election. Jacob is in transit. Welcome to the show. Hello, Jacob.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Am I on to Wemimo?
Yes, my name is Wemimo. Welcome to the show.
Okay. Yeah, I think we are talking about the registration on an election. Am I right?
But yes, of the registration of political parties.
Or political parties. I think it's the right direction. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's on the right direction.
Okay, he's gone. You think it's a decision in the right direction? Okay. You all seem to think that it's awesome that you're having few political parties. Okay, let me see this one from Musa Danjuma on Twitter, who says, the 18 is still too much. 10 will be okay, so as to strengthen the weight of political parties. Joy Forever says, Wemimo, we need just 2 political parties in Nigeria. Do you know the confusion? The long list during voting on the ballot paper courses. Most presidential systems have 2, but parliamentary have many. Has any independent candidate won major elections anywhere in the world? Joshua is here from Berger. Welcome to the show.
Wemimo, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to differ a little bit on this topic.
From the topic or from the point?
No, from the point.
Okay.
The topic shouldn't have even come up as a subject of discussion based on the second reasons for the registration of political parties being given by INEC.
Which is?
You read the second point that INEC is empowered legally and constitutionally to deregister political parties when you contest and you have not won a seat in any place. 99% of the political parties that have contested have not won any seat. So,
what do you mean by 99%?
Okay, show me.
Where did you get that number from?
Name 10 political parties in Nigeria that have won seats outside ANPP, PRP, APC, PDP, GNPP, and what have you. I challenge you.
So what's your point?
Give me 10 political parties in Nigeria that have won seat in the present dispensation that we have, and I have representation in any other the House of Assembly, State Assembly, Reps, or Senate. Give me, I challenge you. So It's a null issue to bring it up to waste people's time. And
if it's a waste of your time, why are you calling me, Joshua?
It's a waste of time.
Why are you spending your time calling me, Joshua?
I am calling you to correct you. That's
hello, let me correct you.
There is an
if you would listen, you are having a conversation. Do you want to have a monologue or you want to listen to me? I've spent time listening to you for 1 minute, 40 seconds.
Let me listen to you.
Now it's my turn to correct you, Joshua. You don't call my show. Please listen to me. You don't call my show and tell me that I'm wasting time. This is excuse me, Joshua.
There is a political injunction by the INEC.
All right, I need to let you off if you would not listen. You have to then listen to me forcibly over your radio. The conversation here, I don't know why you're bringing you might be angered, but I don't know why you're bringing your anger onto my show, please. The conversation here is not, does INEC have the right to deregister parties? That's not the conversation. And I would ask that you please listen attentively before you come here and speak to me like that. Okay? The conversation here is, how does this affect your political decision? If you're unable to understand that simple conversation, Joshua, I can't help you. I'm sorry. All right. I'll just go on to Chukwebuka, who's calling from Shomolu. Welcome to the show, Chukwebuka.
Wemimo, calm down.
No,
calm down.
I'm calm. See my bottle of water. If you're watching me on Facebook, I'm calm. The calmest I could be.
I believe the virus. Calm down.
No, you said be calming down.
I would be calming down. I know you're calm. I know. Yeah. This is Chukwebuka. I feel having too much political parties that does not make any meaning, doesn't make any sense at all anymore. Mm-hmm. I know this is personal anyway, that sometimes, some of them just float to these political parties, get some crowd, and they buy them over. That I know for sure. So the last election, you can imagine the time it took to count the results and then having sheets that has nothing to do. It was time wasting, it was money wasting, energy wasting, just name it. So the fewer the parties, the better. We know people have right to vote parties, but the fewer the parties, the better all our results.
Thank you very much. If this is the case, then we need to then look at the fun. If we're going to have limited parties, why register this place? Right? Obviously. So we register all of them. And you pay £1 million to register. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Michael Oba. I'm calling from Victoria Island.
Thank you for calling. Can you speak into your phone? You sound a bit distant.
Okay. It's commonsensical to say let's deregister. But there is some caveat I want to put out there.
Okay.
We are asking for the young people to be politically involved. They can only do that when we provide the platform for them. That platform is not APC. That platform is not PDP, APC, and all these ones. So let's go back and say, okay, let's have small parties from the world, from the local government. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to mandate for governorship or presidential, but let them start from the ward station. We can start from there. Anybody can register any.
You are listening to yourself on the radio. You sound good. Just go ahead and talk to me on the phone, okay?
Okay, so let's do that. Let's create platform for them to start from small political parties at the world level, at the local government level. But for presidential, for governorship, you have to demonstrate you can win election. Mm-hmm. And how do we measure that? Let's look at how many votes you get from that. We say if you can't make it up to 5%, you are deregistered automatically. But at the world level, at the local government level, let it be all commerce game so that the young ones can have a platform to push their political ambition. They can go from house to house, from room to room to canvas. That's my suggestion. Thank you, Wemimo.
Thank you very much for calling, and I like your idea. Let me go to Facebook. Give me a minute. I'll be back on the line. Olayiwolake Olaniyo says, what I think we need is four political parties and one independent candidate. Adams no, or NO, says INEC cannot deregister a party based on its performance or the lack thereof at the polls. It's a matter of constitutionality. Yeah, they can. I read that to you from the INEC guidelines. They actually can. Ogunwo Damilola Reverend John Dam says those political parties are just making the ballot paper to be unnecessarily long. The deregistration is a good development. After all, some of them are redundant. Kingsley Eziobi says, okay, you're replying to yourself. It is not about registering the Youth Democratic Party. It is, what are you saying? It is not about suppressing it for the, I don't get you. Okay, I think you all are having a conversation here because I don't get what you're saying. Husseini who says he thinks it's a welcome development to... Oh, Idawo Olusegun is asking if the Youth Democratic Party is registered yet. Well, from the list that I read to you, no, they are not registered yet. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Crossfire.
Hello, good morning, Wemimo.
Good morning.
It's awesome having this opportunity to speak to you.
Thank you for calling.
I would like Nigerians to look at this presentation from another side of it.
Okay.
In Nigerian politics, you have parties being formed by the main parties to disrupt their opponents. What do I mean? So during the presidential election, there was a particular party who was seeming to be having high scores. I think the person even came third in the presidential election in Nigeria, and nobody knew anything about that person. What happened? The name seemed similar to an opposition party.
Yeah.
So people made the mistake of voting. That happened. You have people who have that, like people have stated that, oh, I want a cloud. I want people to reach out to the other parties to come by me. True. But then you have parties who really are there to make a difference, but then not given the opportunity because of the noise around them. Nigerians should be careful. If you're asking for 5, they could be 5 leprous and 5 fingers on a leprous hand, like we had during the Abacha days, where it was just controlled by him. Everybody said he should be the only candidate to run for presidency. Then let's not forget our history. Let's look towards, fine, we know there are much, but can we find out what do you as a person stand for? I always ask people do that. For me, I want a restructuring to be a major point of a political party. So if you are a party and you do not stand on that, APC has had the chance, they didn't restructure. PDP has had the chance, they didn't restructure. Can we consider other parties that would restructure the country? That's what Nigerians should be looking at and not the number.
Right.
Enough of all this. We are playing into the narrative of the existing structure which do not want people to move forward. Can we change our discussions now to, as okay, in the Middle Belt, I do not want cattle rearing in the Middle Belt, I am assuming. So what parties will I go for? Hey, what's your party talking about cattle rearing in the Middle Belt? Oh yes, we'll support you, blah, blah, blah. Then everybody in the Middle Belt goes for such a party. Let's begin to think in terms of what do I want, how do I want to see Nigeria, and vote that way rather than the number. Look, there are 18 people being sponsored by the 2 parties so that you think you have 18 parties while you just have 2.
I like your line of thought. It's disruptive. Yeah. I like it. Thank you so much for sharing. Let me speak with Duro. He's been on the line and he's calling from Ikeja. Duro, welcome to the show. Thank you for Duroing.
Oh, thank you. So,
good to have you here.
Patience is my name, really.
It is your name.
What you are talking about.
Absolutely.
I thank you for bringing this topic up.
Thank you.
I must say that I'm quite disappointed with a lot of the submissions that I've gotten so far. It bothers me that Nigerians really don't understand when we are frittering away our rights, so to speak. So INEC will continue to do what INEC does because INEC knows that there are a good number of Nigerians out there who are going to support steps that they take that actually limit and, essentially limit our fundamental human rights. So rights to associate, for example. So when people come up and say, oh, the number should be this, how do they come about that number? Thanks to the last caller, for example, who reminded all of us about the 5 leprous fingers. Because when you say it's 5, those 5 are then going to do what? The woman that spoke and spoke extensively about parties at the world level and all of that. That was a wonderful submission. See, INEX, the oldest democracy in the world, if I'm not wrong, is India. People should go and look at what happens in India. The point being made, so when people talk about the ballot paper being so long, are people making their decision of who to vote for when they are holding the ballot paper? Is it that they are holding the ballot paper, they're not saying, okay, mini, mo, who am I going to vote for? Okay, I don't like this, I like this.
Didn't you know what party you were going to vote for when you left your house?
When you left your house. That's a decision you make you don't go to the ballot to the polling station and then start looking at it and wondering who you are voting for. You made that decision before you left home.
But I think some of them meant that some of the acronyms get them confused. They know what party they want to vote for, but the list is so long they don't even know where to thumbprint.
So that is a different matter. Do you understand my issue? That is not a matter of now saying, because, and the gentleman, for example, who was calling and venting that how many parties have won elections, and how many of those elections have been conducted lightly? This is Nigeria. We all know how elections have been done in the past. The bottom line is, so that I don't take too much time to allow that to
yes.
I fully subscribe to what the woman said. The point should be that INEC needs to be up to its responsibility beyond this one of quickly sort of removing political parties. One of the things that they can do based on what you read, they can deregister parties based on performance. But for example, how long do you give someone to prove how long do you give them to show that they can win seats before you deregister?
So would we say, is it with lack of seats at one election or at about subsequent 3 elections? I get you.
Do you understand how many elections must I participate in and show that I can win elections before you say, you are deregistering me? Because when you look at what they did, for example, there were parties that they registered days before the last general election.
Yeah.
Those parties, you are already certain that they're not going to win anything because you register me 2 weeks to elections. Election comes and goes. 2 weeks later, you say you're deregistering everybody, and then you deregister me. How much time have you really given me to show that I can actually, I can stand my own ground as a political party?
Thank you very much, Duro, for calling.
Sorry, one more thing, please.
Okay.
What INEC should be focused more on is that not all parties, for example, should be listed in the presidential election. There's a minimum bar that you should meet in order to be considered maybe for governorship, for presidential, maybe for Senate.
Yeah.
That you must have this much structure. And when you already look at some of the parties that were running, they were contesting at the last election, their total members for some of these parties was not up to the members of some of these bigger parties in the world, for example.
Absolutely.
I think they are fielding a presidential candidate. Where's the sense in that?
Yeah.
So that's why INEC should be saying, you know what, these are the thresholds you must meet in order to field a candidate in presidential election,
level.
Senate election at this level.
Yeah.
And then when you do that, so that like that woman said, if I can go from room to room in my ward, for example, I can run as a councillor in that place. It gives people an opportunity. It doesn't. The political environment is very stifled and it's already set up against people who are trying to come and who are trying to change it. And unfortunately, INEC right now is set up to favor the big political parties. And that really needs to change.
Thank you, Duro. Thank you so much for your comments. Really, really, really deep ones. Let me go to Twitter again, where MLB says most of these parties are just pretenders. They know they have nothing to offer apart from APC, PDP, and it's APC, PDP, and APCs. The rest are association of time wasters. What do you mean? Desmond Abazu, I don't believe multiple political parties are Nigeria's problem. Nigeria's problem is the people in the parties who use a vote against us when they get into power. Right. Another one here. Let me see on Facebook. Comments. Gosh. Okay. Let me see this one. Oguwo. Haven't I read your comment before? I have. Ahmed Abiodun Adam says, why do they register those political parties in the first place? Anyway, 5 political parties is okay. Abraham says, INEC guidelines is not a constitutional document and cannot be superior to or be contrary to... your comment is gone. Or be contrary to the Constitution in allowing the citizens to exercise their rights. It says a gentleman who suggested allowing small parties at the local and ward levels, but asking for a demonstration to win at the state and federal levels is a good way. Okay, we all agree on that, right? To combat this says INEC cannot deregister a party. The idea of political party is a creation of the Constitution. INEC itself is a creation of the Constitution. All right, I hear you. Let me go back to the phones. Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Wemimo. Just one thing. I can't remember the exact figure, but if I remember very well, these political parties are paid an amount of money just around the election period. I think if that money is taken off, a lot of them will fall off themselves, and there won't really be any need to from them. My name is Boson Ajayi from Festac. So my suggestion is that the parties should fund themselves. They should fund themselves, and I think they just wait for every 4 years, like leap year, to collect that money and then go to the background. If you notice, there are some politicians now that are coming up and joining in national debates because they know election season is almost upon us. So people should be defined. People should come up with ideas. We need people with ideas.
Right.
It's not just because we have this mob mentality. We get easily swayed, by emotion. And now I think the NSAS has laid the foundation, on which back people can ride.
Right.
We should bring, younger candidates, people with ideas going into the future. And I think there should be a platform where the two major parties can be given, a run for their money come 2023.
Yeah.
And, I'm sure we'll be the better for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bosun, for calling the show. I'll take a few more comments from Facebook. Okay, a conversation is going on there on Facebook, so you can join the live stream and watch. Let me go to YouTube. Okay, give me a minute with that one. Let me go to YouTube. Oh. Okay. You give me a minute to get back to your comment on YouTube. Let me talk to this person. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
Please, I'm sorry, I'm calling back. My name is Oluwafemi.
Oluwafemi, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Go, shoot.
Yeah, 5 seconds. So because you want to gratify your buyers, don't make ambiguous statements. Don't come with such a vehemence. Now, when you say we the people, come on, I'm not part of that consensus that say I don't want too many political parties. This is quote unquote an opinion poll. So when a lot of your callers call in and say we don't want, see, you don't want it because you don't gratify your bias with unfounded statements. For example, the last two callers have already said what needed to be said on this matter. It is a constitutional issue. Section 40 of the 1999 Constitution clearly states every person is entitled to freedom of association. Come on, what other way do you want to translate this into? Right?
Thank you. I'm really out of time, but I thank you for calling back. Thank you all for joining the Morning Crossfire today. I need to go. I'll see you again tomorrow morning, starting 5 a.m. Make sure to join early enough. It's a great show that you don't want to miss. Have a great day. Keep talking to us on social media at Nigeria Info FM. I'm there on social media at Wemimo Sport. I would love to engage with you. I'll see you again tomorrow morning, Nigeria. Have a fantastic day ahead.
You are listening to your number one talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.